right there, Latin 1. This is the second half of the glossary for chapter 4. Okay, so we left off last time with the very bottom of the first column, right down there. Now we're going to start back up here, and you notice it's on line 4 is where we start. Okay, so the first one we see is weedet. Weedet. The plural of this would be weedent. This is similar to sedet, turned to sedent. So weedet means he sees. Okay, so now we have spots or spies, and we have sees, and we'll see other words that mean other things that have to do with vision. But this is where we get video, videography, videotape, all those things that have to do with vision is where you get that. The next word we see is wokes. Wokes. Wokes is a feminine noun. And actually you can tell because if you go back to the glossary, magna woke, you'll find that the stem actually changes for the word, and we'll get into stuff and so on and so on. But wokes is the word for voice. It's where we get vocal. We get the word voice from this. Magna woke, you'll see right there. We're going to talk about that, I think, in the next chapter. But yeah, that means in a loud voice or loudly. You have to say in a loud voice. So wokes means voice. Let's see, and magnavox, like I talked about last time. The next one is teret. Teret, the plural of which is terent. Terent. This is to frighten, okay, or to scare. I'm fine with that as well. That's going to be different than another word that we'll see pretty soon. But teret means to terrify, right? That's where we really get that word from. I want you to stick to frighten or scare, though. The next word is solikita. Solikita. And the masculine of that is solikitus. Solikitus. So solikita, solikitus means worried or anxious. It's where we get solicitous. Actually, someone who solicits things, it actually is bringing it to your attention in a bit of an alarming way. So that's where you get that. Next word is toom. Toom. So we've had doom, which means while, and toom, which means then. Okay. I always think of like, and then I opened up the tomb, and that helps me. The next one is a command. We'll get into those probably in a couple chapters. But descende sexte. He's telling him, get down, Sextus. Descende comes from a verb that means descendit, which is in the plural descendunt, which means to climb down. Okay. The next word is tu. Tu, which means you. But this is the version of you that is the subject. So you do this and you do that. You drink water. You kicked a bird, whatever. That's the subject version, okay? The next one is nihil. Nihil. And nihil means nothing. This is where we get annihilation, nihilist, annihilate, nihilism. I'm sure there are bad guys in Marvel and or DC that have these in their names. The next word is te. Te. Te is the direct object version of you. So this is, I kicked you. You were the direct object of what I did. So tu is the subject. Te is the direct object. It makes a difference. The next word is kawe. Kawe. And it means be careful. And you're talking to one person when you say that. The next one is ramus. Ramus. And you can tell that ramus is a masculine noun. Ramus means branch. I don't know anything in English that actually comes from this, although I know that remus, one letter different, means oar, which is another kind of stick that you use to steer things, right? So this means branch specifically, so a branch of a tree. Infirmus. Infirmus. Infirmus means weak or shaky. The feminine of it is infirma. I'm hoping you filled in the blank there. This is where we get infirmary, infirm, and stuff like that. The last one there is fragor. Fragor. And fragor means a crashing sound or a loud crash or a noise, something like that. Fragor is masculine. It just is. I'll explain why things just are sometimes later, but you need to know that. I don't know anything in English that does that. Now, at the very bottom on 4A, down there, you see qualis, which means what sort of, and that's where we get the word qualify, quality, things like that. And then the last one, there's quo. Quo. Quo means where to, like to what place, okay? So we're starting to see a lot of our questioning words starting with qua, okay? All right, so that is the entirety of the glossary. On the next video, I will read it out loud to you. All right, I'm gonna hit the button.